Right, guys. Hello and good evening. Hello to everyone. And to everyone, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Lakeisha McKnight is here, your leadership specialist and wealth mentor. This is the moment, the moment every evening around this time where we're having the Leadership TKO Live night show. And so I want to welcome everyone here right now. We are live on the Facebook platform. That's right. We are live on Facebook. We're live on, on iHeartRadio. We're live on Spreaker. We're over at the leadershiptko.com's website. And so I definitely want to just welcome each and every person here tonight. It's 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this beautiful Saturday. That's right, Saturday, February the 15th of 2020, right here in the United States of America. Now, depending on where you are in the world, of course, it may be a different time. But nonetheless, I do welcome everybody here. So before I dive into specifics, because there are a couple of things going on tonight, and I want to make sure that I leverage the time and your attention very wisely. Okay, very wisely. What I'm going to do is establish a watch party. I'm going to start a watch party in a group so that we can capture the hearts and the minds, the attention of more and more people out there. It's time to educate the people, right? We've got to educate the people. And it's not going to be anything extremely difficult to understand, but it's an important concept to truly learn and, depending on what your end goal is, to be able to master. So sounds like the audio in the group is really, really good. So let me go ahead and greet the people in this group. Good evening, ladies. I do go live and do watch parties in several groups at the same time as well. So definitely trying to, leverage this. Speaking about leverage, right? That's really going to be the topic matter. Now, if you're new to this night show here, here's what I will tell you. We try to go live with this show every single night around 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometimes before, sometimes afterwards, because we have different events going on as it pertains to wealth building. But I will tell you that the purpose of the show, the mission, is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing three things: your influence, your impact, and your income. All right? Your influence, your impact, and your income. That's what we're going to help you to grow. And so if you want to get that done, I encourage you to remain plugged in. All right, to remain plugged in. I'm excited about this topic because everyone, this topic relates to everyone. Everyone needs to know about this topic matter at hand. So here are a couple of ways you can be involved tonight. I know this is an audio stream, okay? Only an audio stream, but you definitely can love this particular party. Love the stream if you want to grow your influence, your impact, or your income. Go ahead and hit the love button. And then you also can share this out to, those on your timelines. You can perhaps start your own watch party. There's several things you can do so that you can grab the attention of those you're connected to on social media. Now, here is what I will mention. We talk about various things on this night show. Okay, we specifically want to help you to build yourself as a leader, really growing your leadership ability, because that's the cornerstone of your success as business owners. But there's an important topic that we really need to talk about, really need to zero in on, and it's a topic called leverage. Leverage. You see, one way that we can think about leverage is being able to maximize the resources that you have available to you. Again, maximizing the resources that you have available to you. Now, it depends on your perspective here. It depends on your end goal. When you think about income, right? Building income, there are various ways that you can think about it. I always defer back to or refer back to Robert Kiyosaki. He has this concept called cash flow quadrant. And hopefully you all have heard about that concept, cash flow quadrant. And with this particular concept, he says that there are about four ways that people generally bring in money, right? You're either employed, you're self-employed, you're, a business owner, or you're an investor. Four ways to really bring in that income, okay? Now, within these four quadrants here, you are either establishing leverage or you're being leveraged to various degrees. Now, depends on what your end game is. Like if you want to be financially free, you're going to want to set the goal of establishing leverage. You're going to want to establish leverage if you want to gain financial freedom. Now, if financial freedom is not your end goal, then continue to be leveraged. Here is what I mean. When you're at a job, and I'm telling you, I know a job can definitely finance your dream. Don't get me wrong. It can help you to do bigger and better things. However, when you're on a job, you are being leveraged. Here is how. You know how a lot of people say, well, all of these different things, it just shapes like a pyramid. It reminds me of a pyramid. I have to put this concept out there. When you're on a job is structured like a pyramid. So you have the CEO, right? Then you have, of course, your senior managers or senior executives. Then you have your managerial team, your supervisory team. Then you have the direct workers all the way at the bottom. And there are quite a few of them, probably innumerable, right? Amounts of them in these organizations. So those who are at the bottom are being leveraged the most. That means you have very little time to do much of anything. All you have the ability to do is exchange hours for dollars. That's what you're doing when you're on a job. So they're leveraging your time, they're leveraging your energy so that they can accomplish their goals and make themselves wealthy. This is the reason why most of the time you can't really spot, the CEO or the COO in many companies because they're leveraging your body, your presence with that particular job. So you're being leveraged and you will continue to be leveraged unless you make a decision first mentally, and then you begin to seek out what you would need to do so you can make the transition and establish leverage for yourself. So what is your end game? Do you want to continue to be leveraged? Do you want to continue to work until you die, like Warren Buffett says? Warren Buffett said it clearly in one of his quotes. He said, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. In other words, you're going to be leveraged until you die. Okay? You will be leveraged until you die. Meaning that the supervisor is going to leverage your efforts, the managers are going to leverage your efforts, the senior executive team will leverage your efforts. The CEO is leveraging everyone's efforts. So that's what's happening when you're on a job. Now let's think about it in terms of those of you who may have your own practice, a coaching practice. And this includes a lot of business owners who actually are self-employed. So they have their own practice. There are really no one else there but them doing everything. There's no one to assist them. You are the primary individual, right? So in this instance, you might be able to be your own boss, but you still have very little to leverage. Very little to leverage. You're still doing all of the tasks and you're still engaging in all of the things that needs to be done. So you have no time freedom. And to a degree, you cap off your ability to make income because there's very little that you can do within a 24-hour time frame. So you don't have a whole lot of leverage, even as a self-employed professional. This may include doctors, right? This may include professors. They have very little time. Very little time. They may say, oh, I make good money. All right. Well, how long are you going to do that? Because you're being leveraged. You can only leverage but 24 hours in a day. And you still need to rest. You still need to travel. You still need to do the basic things that needs to be done in order for you to survive. So the question at hand is, in order for you to really, truly enjoy life, if you want to accomplish financial freedom and time freedom, it's important that you establish leverage. And I do know a part of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, the B quadrant, being a business owner, and the I quadrant of being an investor, helps you to establish leverage. Here is how. As a business owner, what happens is you have to put systems in place. You're either going to have a system of people or you're going to have a system of resources, right? Resources like a funnel. You might have heard that somewhere, someplace, right? Funnels. You have these internet marketers who put funnels together, systems together that would actually work while you're sleeping. So that's a system of resources. Now, when you have a system of people, you got to think about places like McDonald's and some of these big franchises out here. Or if you are thinking about what Robert Kiyosaki calls the business of the 21st century, you're possibly considering the area of e-commerce, right? The e-commerce business or network marketing. Okay, network marketing. So these are some options whereby, you don't really have a whole lot of resources to have to establish because the system has already been created for you. So you don't have to establish the system from scratch. So you have all of these systems. And so what you're able to do now is leverage the efforts of other resources and other people. You're casting a bigger net. You're being like the big bosses, and everybody who starts or plugs into any type of, home-based business, or I should say a business that allows you to establish a network, you are actually creating a business like some of these big franchises out here. You're able to leverage the efforts of other people instead of leveraging just your own efforts. And this can establish financial freedom for yourself because the network will continue to grow because there are systems that everybody will follow. Everybody that plugs in. And here's the best thing of all when you get involved with building a network. Everybody starts the same way. Everyone can be a CEO of their own branch, their own organization within that particular system. And so that is the power of building and establishing your own network. But it doesn't stop there. How about the I quadrant? What type of leverage do you establish in the I quadrant? Well, in the I quadrant, here's what happens. You take those dollars that are decreasing in value. That's right. Every single dollar that you get is only worth about 5 cents. I don't know if you know that, but the value of the dollar has significantly decreased. So you're able to take that dollar that has little to no value, you're able to place it in another format, in an asset, enabling it then at that point to grow or appreciate in value. So now what you're doing is you're hiring every single one of those dollars, you're putting it to work so that the dollar is making money for you. So now you're hiring every dollar that you're able to put into an asset. This is what the millionaires out there are doing. Millionaires are establishing businesses. Millionaires are putting their dollars to work for them. And this is what every single individual must do in order to establish leverage and, of course, get yourself in position to achieve financial freedom. This is the path. You want financial freedom, you need to establish leverage, and you need to establish it quick. And even with starting a business, starting a home-based business would enable you to address this issue of taxes. Because if you are employed or self-employed, you are paying the most in taxes. You really are. In order for you to beat this, in order to take advantage of the tax codes, and I am not a tax professional, I'm only telling you based on my own experience. I'll tell you that you'll be able to leverage this concept of having a business and taxes and all by having a home-based business. But you just don't want any business. You want a business that's going to also help you to address another important issue, and that is inflation. You need to address the issue of inflation. What is that? What is inflation? Inflation simply is the rising of the prices of goods and services in comparison to the decreasing value of the dollar. So your dollar's value is decreasing, but the prices of everyday goods and services are increasing. So you can't win. You can't win by just holding on to a dollar and trying to save the dollar. You can't save something that's already dead. So how do you beat it? Even if you're a home-based business owner and you're addressing taxes, but yet you're holding on to dollars, you need to do something with those dollars. You have to put the dollars in an asset that's going to grow in value. And you see, the answer, the solution, there is a solution out there where you can address all of these issues at one time. And that's why I'm an advocate for a money system. Have you heard of the money system? There's a money system that everyone can plug into for free and provides wealth education for you as well. This system has no required startup fees. This system has no required monthly fees. It is not an MLM, and it is not a network marketing opportunity. It is a way that you can maximize every dollar that you have. You can hire every dollar that you bring in. You can also put those dollars in a vehicle that will protect it from inflation. And so I want to encourage you to reach out to me, to reach out to the person who may have shared this party, this stream with you. And if you're listening in a group or perhaps on my timeline, feel free to send me a message. If someone shared this on their timeline and you're listening into it, get back with them and ask them about the money system. Many people are pressing their way into this thing because they know that it's real. There are people out here, countries out here, who are no longer accepting the dollar as money, but yet many of you are chasing after it. There's a problem with that, and you don't even know what's going on. Realize, people, the dollar is not good to save with. The dollar, you cannot just hold on to it. You're going to lose it the more you hold on to it. You need to put it in an asset. It's going to help it to grow. So for those of you who want more education, if you want to learn more about this, I'm telling you, my husband and I, we've been doing this for well over 3 years. Okay? We're getting paid while we sleep. We're helping other people do the same all around the world in 146 countries worldwide. And we're doing this anywhere where we may be at the time, as long as we have a laptop or a cell phone. So again, I appreciate every one of you tuning in. And I know many who are already connected to me on social media, you already know that there is an amazing training that's going to be taking place and actually starting right now. So I appreciate everyone's time tonight. I really, really do. And so what I do want to encourage you once again, financial freedom, you need to make sure you establish leverage. And you will find leverage inside of the B quadrant and the I quadrant within, of course, Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrants. Become a business owner, home-based business owner, and definitely put your dollars, those dollars, into a vehicle that's going to make money for you. You can learn how. Mentorship is available. Send me a message. I will begin to mentor you, or the person that shared this with you will mentor you to help you to do what's best and help you to fulfill your goals. All right? So appreciate your time. I'll be back here with the Leadership TKO Night Show again on tomorrow night around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, I encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.